Hello, Cancerian person. Welcome to your November 2018 love reading. I'm Princess, and if we haven't met, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to my new subscribers. And I love your face to my old subscribers, but that doesn't mean that I don't love your face, new subscriber. How are you? So welcome to you guys, November 2018 love reading. We're doing things slightly the same, but slightly different, as I am going to have you guys work your intuitive muscles, first and foremost, to give you 3 messages that are individual just to you for the month of November. So if you want to grab a notebook or a piece of paper that you won't toss away before the end of the month, you might want to go ahead and grab that as well as a pen, because I'm going to pick 3 cards from my trusty soul deck. And none of these cards have meanings less the ones you give them. So whatever pops into your mind first when you see the picture on the card, go ahead and write that down. Whatever that is. It could be a letter, a color, a sound, a whole sentence. It doesn't make a difference. Whatever comes to you first. And then we're going to revisit those at the end of November to see how those messages fared for you. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Cancerians in reference to their lives or love lives, whatever messages that you have to reveal to them intuitively, please. Spirit, clear and direct guidance. Anything that they need to know that will assist them on their path and journey in the month of November, please, Spirit. I thank you in advance. All right. First card, pause it if you need to. Second card. And your third card. Those are your intuitive messages for the month of November. Cancer. How are you? How you doing? So now we are going to jump into you guys' love reading for November. And I'm going to be looking at you as well as your crosswatcher. I'm first going to pick a romance angel for each of you for an overall energy. Then we're going to move into your reading. And at the end, we are going to throw the dice of resonance, which is an art project I did a few months back. One of my subbies named it. And what's on the dice is there's all 12 zodiac signs. There's a clarification of if it's sun, moon, or rising, if the person's male or female. And I threw in another little wild card in there where you're able to ask a single question to be answered. And the answers are yeses, they're nos, or it's time sensitive. And in the event that a die comes out that is a time-sensitive answer, then you would take that as a yes, and it giving you a time frame of when that would come to pass. So I don't interpret those, I just throw them out, and however they resonate is how they resonate. The dice of resonance. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for Cancer as well as their crosswatcher for the month of November, please, Spirit. First card for Cancer, the second card for their crosswatcher for the month of November, please, Spirit. Any clarity or insights that would be in the highest good of all Cancerians for the month of November. I thank you in advance. All right. Time to cut the deck. First card, Cancer. The second card is their crosswatcher. Set this over yonder. Card we have for Cancer is unrequited love. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And for the crosswatcher, we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. For my single Cancerians, that's those of you who are not presently dating anyone or in a situationship or anything of the sort, you're just single. Both of those cards are for you. So I would venture to say that maybe in your past, recent past, you experienced a little bit of unrequited love in a relationship. And the number one key is to free yourself from such of a thing, to take your power back and to go into the direction of what is in your highest good, my special little unicorn. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for Cancers for the month of November, Spirit. Anything that they need to know. Is that my phone? It is. Please give us clear and direct guidance. Anything they need to know, any insights they need to receive, or any clarity that you can offer for my Cancerians in reference to their love lives for the month of November, please, Spirit. I thank you in advance. Ooh. One more time. Do. All right. Okay, I need y'all to stop moving. Jeez Louise. Alrighty, let's see what's going on here, Cancer. The first card that we have is Magician in the Mirror, facing our truth and what's not all whatever. And the past influence, we have the Door to Value. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. Okay, no. Because those were different. Okay. Had a moment there. Going forward, we have Contract. Interesting. So what I'm seeing for Cancer... Oh, I hope this isn't like a divorce. This is kind of reminding me of the energy that I got for you guys on last month. It was about you guys coming into alignment with your abundance and kind of having this higher epiphany of your place and realizing how that really wasn't lining up to where you guys were and needing to make this decision whether or not to leave this behind. And it's kind of looking to me that for those of you who resonated with that reading with Cancer, I would say with you guys, it's kind of looking to me if you were in some sort of committed relationship that you guys have, you've decided to go forward with it, but I feel like you're kind of dealing with the logistics of that going into the near future. But I do feel like things kind of opened up for you guys in the sense of material and financial things. So Spirit, can I clarify? Or yeah, and then the sense that I get too with this Magician in the Mirror is a need to kind of like revisit this perception of self. You know what I'm saying? Because the sensation that I'm getting is that how you, like you're telling yourself you can't move forward because it's like, oh, you know, I'm bound. Now I'm saying that the best way that I guess I would say that would make sense, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that, is in the sense of if you're married. So it's kind of like, oh, you know, I'm married, so I can't go type of deal. But it doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. I mean, it could be children. It could be anything. It could be a myriad of different reasons why. It could even be something in the sense of coming into money. And whether that's like in a business or like a relationship, and feeling like I want to, you know, I want to re-empower myself and I want to move forward, but feeling stuck in between the two. So it's like, why is it making me think of LaToya Luckett? Torn in between the two, cause I really want to be with you. Tell me I should leave you alone. That song maybe have some relevance to you. But anywho, it feels like you're torn in between and you're not really pushing too hard, because I feel like it's really a material thing, because I feel like there's some level of money that may be lost or something of the sort. And this is reminding me of another reading that I did earlier. Is it Virgo? Because with Virgo, I kind of got the sense like their crosswatcher was a person who was more or less saying like, oh, you know, I can't leave this situation because of money type of deal. So, Spirit, can you clarify this Magician card, please, Spirit, and this Contract card, please, Spirit? But the sense I'm really getting here is that if you guys are feeling blocked or bound for whatever reason, whether it's money or what have you, or you're afraid of losing money or whatever, the sense I'm getting is you have the power to remove yourself from the situation. It's just really a question of if you want to. Because I get the sense that it's no longer a thing about love, and this is just like the reading from last month. It's not about love anymore. It's like it's being in a kind of stagnant situation where it's being there out of obligation. This is the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. And that was in reverse. Over clarifying the Magician. Yeah, so this is like a self-imposed helplessness. Like this is intricately based to a fear-based decision. So it's more or less like the reason why you're staying stagnant, even though you know that there's not love in this situation, is because of like a self-preservation kind of thing. Okay, what are we doing? Come on now, what are we doing? It's a self-preservation type of thing. So it's more or less you've gotten this revelation or this clarity on yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I see this a lot of times in this is a lot of chakra talk. I see this a lot of time in people's chakra blockages, right? So a lot of times in situations such as this, your crown chakra will be in full operation. Your third eye chakra will be in, full operation. Your throat chakra may be overactive, right? But your heart chakra is underactive, and thus is kind of throwing things off heart chakra and beneath because everything isn't freeing flow. I said that backwards. Freeing flowly. I was saying flowly freeing. Don't judge me. But yeah, so the whole thing I'm saying is like a self-preservation thing. And of course, this brings me right back down to the root chakra. So it's a sense of security. So that lets me know that with this relationship or whatever type of situation you're in, marriage, situationship, what have you, even though that you know that this relationship is no longer in alignment with you, the only reason why you're staying is because it makes you feel financially secure, because there's a fear of faring it on your own. So it's more or less staying in a situation where love no longer exists, having this awareness and higher insight that you desire more and you want more, but it's that battle with the self and there being a need to face this of the fact of a fear of being able to take care of yourself. So the way that you rationalize this is by saying, oh, the kids, oh, they need me. Oh, what would they do without me? Or, oh, we're married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of tell yourself that because it's not wanting to face the truth about the situation, which is the fact that, no, you're not really in love anymore, but it's a financial security thing. It's like you don't necessarily trust that you would leave the situation and be okay. So this is almost like a safety net. Now, let me tell you where this is a problem. This is a problem in the sense of it's unfair to you and it's also unfair to the person because it's almost as if holding the person hostage for your own personal security, which is rather selfish. I just gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? So it's saying that, oh, I'm doing this for the right reasons. So say hypothetically, if it's a marriage, it's like, oh, we're married. So, I'm staying because, I made a vow, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, your heart isn't in it. And the truth is, the only reason why you're still there is because you're afraid of faring it on your own financially. So that's kind of preventing, and that's like, dude, this is legit like this reading I had for y'all last month. I was saying how both of you guys are stagnating each other's progress because of that. It's like Spirit has something more in alignment for both of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're holding each other back from your destiny over a non-spiritual, non-love-filled contract. Whether that's verbal or an actual legal contract. You know what I'm saying? So the situation is devoid of soul or essence or life. It's just two people who are in a literal verbal or written contract. That's literally all it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's being there out of fear. But it's like that's unfair to, and clarifying the contract card is carrying connections in reverse. So that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. Like this connection, all this is, all this literally is whatever is connecting you guys on a piece of paper or a verbal agreement. Because I know for everyone, it's not necessarily a marriage situation, but it's legit a contract. If you're engaged, the ring is the contract. If you're boyfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and boyfriend, whatever the case may be, it is a verbal contract. But it's saying, you know, you're saying that you're staying for whatever reason is rationalizing, is your way of rationalizing from preventing you from seeing the truth of the matter or admitting the truth to yourself. But the thing that I say about that, like I was saying before, it's selfish because you're there for the wrong reasons, and it's unfair to both of you because neither one of you, like both of you guys are holding each other back by not letting each other go. You know what I'm saying? Because the situation, it's not like, it's just literally a agreement other than that. But like I always say, that's one of them things. If you want that like that, then more power to you. I'm just, you know, telling you about yourself, and you're not in a negative way. I'm just kind of telling you your situation and you're cool with it. That's totally cool. But if there's any part of you that wants more than that, then I'm seeing this as there's a need to come to reality about what the situation really is and being aware of what it is that you as well as this other person are giving up, right? Now, moving on to your crosswatcher, their overall energy is freeing themselves. And they have the man holding the heart in reverse, i.e. unrequited love, right? Past influence is our good old homeboy, the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So, if this is the person that you're connecting with, and let me pull over the other card. Okay, and here comes Spirit with a storm warning. Don't say that I never told you. So here's the deal, and I told you guys that this was going to happen last month, okay? I'm going to tell you again. So here's the deal. This crosswatcher person, everything I just said, you know this already. I said this last month that y'all both knew what it was that was going on, but you were holding for dear life to this because of the fear of life afterwards, right? Now, with this man holding the heart in reverse, I'm seeing this more or less as a block. It's an emotional block, or it's a person who is, so I really get the sense this may or may not be a Cancer male and whatever female, just because I say that, or, you know, if you like guys, whatever the case may be, because there's a guy here. This deck is just pretty, like, straight to the point. But yeah, so the crosswatcher person has come to the realization or has gotten the revelation, epiphany, whatever the word may be in a dream, what have you, that it's time to leave this situation, right? But the thing is, well, yeah, okay, I can see how this could be both ways. Because if this is a dude, then it's kind of like, you know, acting as a block, right? So this person, the man holding the heart, that is what's stopping you from moving forward, even though you know. And this is reminding me a lot of, very similar to a little bit of Virgo energy in here too. But, it's almost, okay, so I can say that in one sense, it's a little bit of emotional manipulation of why, like, this person may not leave, right? Or is using that, like, I feel like if the crosswatcher is emotionally manipulating the Cancer person, like using emotional blackmail, like, how could you leave me? How am I going to live without you? The same way that you did before you met them. That's just real. You know what I'm saying? They are not your life breath or life force. They're a human just like you. Just saying. But the whole case is here, this could be like emotional blackmail in the sense, but I feel like with this person, the Cancer person, or flippy floppy, because it's general, they're not really so much affected by this. They kind of plays on their heartstrings from time to time, but the truth is they're here. And this, I know this reading is not going to resonate with everybody, but they're not here for that particular reason. They're here out of their own fears of being without this particular person. So it's become very kind of codependent to where it's like these two people look at each other as a crutch in a sense, right? And then the other way that this could be is vice versa, where the crosswatcher person is, or the Cancer person is using like emotional blackmail to keep this person here with the, how could you leave me? How am I supposed to do this without you on some stuff? Please don't take the debit cards. I'm just kidding. But that's what the block is, right? But like I said, I'm not like, dragging for Cancers. I'm not dragging for the cross watcher either, because I feel like both of you guys are equally responsible for the way that things are now, because each of you are here for different reasons. It's different fears that are being avoided through this relationship. It's codependent, and both of you are already aware that it's like the ship has kind of sailed. Now, what I was saying last month was I was talking about whenever spirit is giving you insight into something and telling you it's time to go and you don't listen, this is like the tower. So this is letting you know you can hold on as long as you like, but the storm is coming. Hurricane Katrina Part 2 is up in this piece. Only people from New Orleans will understand that. I just had a moment. But really, so this is like a tower moment that's coming, because the whole thing is that the path that spirit is trying to get both of you guys on is in both of your best interest. I kid you not. So both of you are going into a time that is more in alignment with where both of you are. So I'm more or less seeing this as this cycle has kind of ended with this relationship. It's like everything that both of you could have possibly gotten from each other, it's like it has been gotten. And I don't really think that's a proper way to say that. But it has been gotten. Y'all got. Like, you got everything that you need to know. All the lessons are learned. There's nothing else here. It is just the hollow former shell of what was once a loving relationship. You know what I'm saying? It is just literally the framework and the agreement of such between two people. And now it's time for you guys to go in alignment with something that's going to be more fulfilling. That's the thing that I feel like that has to be addressed with this whole heart chakra energy that's coming up. And also with this magician energy, there's a level of self-reflection that has to be done here, because whether you guys decide to part ways prior to the storm coming or after the storm comes, there needs to be a level of self-reflection to get to the root of why it is one person is afraid of faring it by themselves, why another person feels that another person is their sustenance, and not knowing how it is to live without another person. That's something that seriously has to be addressed, because if it's not, then this issue will be replicated in future relationships, right? And you guys know that my concern is always getting to the root of the issue. No pun intended. Hashtag root chakra. But the whole key is here is really taking some time to look within to see why that is. Why is it that I don't feel that I'm capable of, taking care of myself or, faring it alone? Why is it that I feel like my meaning and my purpose and my existence is, somehow sullied or less than if it's not intrinsically related with another person or the person that I love? You know what I mean? In which ways have I forgotten myself in this relationship? In which ways have I lost myself or my own personal identity? In which ways have I lost control of my life? Or in what ways am I emotionally unavailable? In what ways am I too emotionally available and, neglecting myself? Why do I feel that this is okay? Why would I settle for this? Why don't I believe that there's better on the other side? Why is it that sticking in a relationship, a loveless one, is better than me potentially finding the love of my life? Do I even believe that that's even possible? Do I believe that I could obtain such of a thing? And these are all very serious questions, not all of which that you have to answer at this very moment, but these are very serious questions that really need to be asked, because to see like what I'm literally seeing, and I'm serious, like I joke a lot of times, you guys, but with this, I'm hella serious. Like this is what codependent enmeshment looks like in card form. And when it comes to the point where spirit is directly speaking to you and telling you that something is not in your best interest, and you're electing to completely like renege all of that, like this is where these tornadoes of life happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that really has to be addressed, because like I said, history can easily repeat itself. And I believe every human being on this planet desires to be happy and fulfilled. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody wants to deal with this, but I mean, a theme I've seen in a lot of these readings is just a level of truth telling that has to happen, and not on a level with other people, but most importantly with the self. There's a level of honesty, self-honesty that has to be cultivated so that this new path can unfold to you. Because like I say, life does not have to be like this. We don't have to be in relationships like this. This is not a requirement. Nobody's giving us a badge of honor for doing this. You're not going to get a pat on the back. You're not going to get a certificate in the mail. Nothing of the sort. The only thing that you're getting is day in and day out of a less than stellar way of being. And who wants to live like that? Why would one want to wake up like this? You know what I mean? I hate to get so extra like serious, heavy, but this is real, dude. I don't want anyone to ever feel that they have to exist like that. And I know that it's hard. I say that firsthand. Especially if this is a divorce. I am divorced. I say to any person, married or not, divorce feels like death. It literally does. Even if you think your spouse is like Satan incarnate. It's still like... Divorce is a very painful process because it's different. Like breakups hurt, granted, but the way that divorce hurts compared to breakups is just a totally different severing of ties, because they go so much deeper. So believe me, if this is a marriage, I completely understand. I really do. I've been there, but at the same time, it's like, there comes a point where you have to make yourself a priority, and you have to think about, yourself, and not saying that in a selfish way. It's just thinking about your own happiness and what's best for you, or what happiness even looks like, or like I said, if you believe that's even possible type of deal. But I'm going to throw out the dice of resonance. And like I said, I know that this is not this legit. But I'm hearing, let me look at this again, because I need to look at it for my single people. I know not everyone is going to resonate with this, because this is a very specific situation that is the same situation that came up in the reading last month. But for my single people, it's literally this storm is more or less like a wake-up call, because for you guys, I feel that this is something that's occurring in your life, right? So it's more or less you guys have a new opportunity to have material and financial abundance. But I still feel like on the inner work side, like in your past relationships, these are the kind of people that have been led into your life. And I feel like because you guys had these unrequited love situations, you guys decided to just stop dating. For my single cancers. Like not dating anyone. So because you guys were meeting people who were like emotionally unavailable and not showing up 110%, I feel like you guys really were focusing on your career and your finances and moving ahead in your life that way. And I feel like a great deal of the decisions that you made, whether in your career or business-wise, have been financially lucrative to you. You know what I mean? So it's almost like spirit led with that. But now you're coming into a time where spirit is kind of directing you guys to look within in the sense of seeing whatever it is spirit is going to reveal to you in relation to this. I can tell you for sure, you can work with Archangel Metatron to continue to reveal more things to you. It is going to be in alignment with your heart chakra, whether it be over or underactive. So I would say research that. Google, you could find out a whole bunch of stuff on it. Doing some inner reflection to find out the root of why it is you're drawing in people who are non-committal, who are emotionally unavailable, or who it's like you're kind of the one that's putting a lot of energy and effort into the relationship, right? And for you guys, I feel like it's a tad bit of, it's a personal block, but I'm feeling like it's kind of similar to how I was saying with a couple. It's a level of willful blindness, right? Of what I feel like has prevented you from seeing the truth about this. But until you face this truth, this would kind of be replicated in the sense of meeting people who are emotionally unavailable. So it's wanting to get to the root of that. Now, a really good website that I will suggest, it's a blog. It's called baggagereclaim.co. It's a blogger out of, I believe she's in London, England. And she has, like, this girl is a freaking genius. I kid you not. The way that she speaks is a very down-to-earth, very easy to understand way. And, like, and there's 2 books that she put out, Mr. Unavailable and the Fallback Girl. Her name is Nat Lue. She's on Instagram and stuff, too. But, and the other one is, dagnabbit, what's the name of the other one? Something about the daydreamer or something of the sort. But her blogs or her books, and there's audiobook versions, are really, really good in educating you on a lot of the things that I talk about. Like whether it's people who are emotionally unavailable, people who are like future fakers, like dudes, anything in that realm of people who play games with this whole back and forth and all this, not answering your phone calls, showing up after 3 months like nothing happened type of stuff. Like Homegirl's the OG master, okay? Like she is She-Do approved, real talk. So, so everything over there is more psychology based and more relationship coaching based. So I think that would be helpful to give you some insight. But on the other side, that's where I feel like this chakra research will help you out. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe you guys are going to have like a bit of a shakeup, but I feel like this is going to be something more celebratory than anything else, because I don't see it as something in your life falling apart. I see it as in kind of like, if you went to go read that website, like coming across a blog that like stabs you in the heart where you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's what was happening. And having this like, oh my God type of moment, but then clarity coming after that, if that makes sense. That's more or less how I'm seeing it for my single people. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out the dice of resonance. If you have a question that's like, you know, yes or no format, go ahead and formulate that. Pause me if you need to. And like I said, I don't interpret these, so however they resonate with your life is how they resonate. So we have family, we have Libra, we have no, we have Virgo, I said that, and we have male. Or, what is that? Mercury? I put it as like, you know, the male symbol, but it could be Mercury. But male or Mercury, Virgo, Libra, family, and no. So that's what the Dice of Resonance is. So however that resonates with you. But my beautiful Cancers, know that everything I always say to you is in love and always in your best interest. I hope that this resonated. I hope that this brought you clarity or insight, told you some things you may have already known. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Always know that I freaking love your face. Love you. Give me a hug. I do love you. Deuces.